Andy, my brother, this is why I stopped you, X, Y, and Z, you'd have been like, oh, that's cool, man. Oh my God, are you? If you want to be argumentative and you want documentation on the reasons why I stopped you, I can go to my car and I'll gladly write you 2 tickets. So you have documentation that you can go and fight at court if you'd like.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. I was made aware of this encounter through Nightcrawler Media. On August 27th of 2019, Andy was driving on High Street in Aurora, Illinois, when he noticed an unmarked Ford Explorer following him. Aware of his tail, Andy ensured he made complete stops and followed all vehicle codes. Andy observed the Explorer run a stop sign behind him and knew that shortly the officers would be initiating a traffic stop. Once pulled over, 4 officers exited the Explorer and approached Andy's vehicle, with Officer Timothy Young of the Aurora Police Department taking the lead and making contact at the driver's side window.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. You have your license, insurance?
Why are you pulling me over?
Late turn signal, rolled stop sign?
Oh, that's something. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I have no idea what you just said.
Who?
Are you just disputing that, or?
Officer Young claims that Andy failed to signal and failed to stop at a stop sign. The signaling is not captured on video, but this is the stop in question, and while Andy appears to be fairly close to the line, it's hard to say that he failed to stop or that he crossed it. However, when comparing it to the officer's driving, Andy's stop conforms with the law significantly more than that of the man in charge of enforcing the vehicle code.
Where are you coming from?
East time.
From where?
Let's do the stop, okay?
I'm sorry?
Why do you want to know where I'm coming from?
I'm sorry?
Why do you want to know where
Did you say let's do the stop?
No, I said, why do you want to know where I'm
No, before that you asked let's do the stop?
No, I said, let's stop this. That's what I said. Let's stop this.
Oh, let's stop.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now you're asking why I want to know where you're coming from?
Right.
Because what I saw is what I believe you coming from the 400 block of North Union Street.
Okay.
Okay. Out of a driveway right over there, out of a driveway that's been involved in shootings.
I didn't come out
recently.
of no driveway. I didn't come out of no driveway.
That's what I saw.
No, you didn't see me driving from no driveway.
Okay. That's what it appeared to me, is what I'm telling you. Okay?
Okay. So what do you want? Because I didn't come out of no driveway.
I want your license and insurance.
You got it.
Which I have, okay? And I wanted to talk to you about where you were coming from, because to me, it appeared to me, I mean, does what I'm saying not make sense at all? Is it honestly that unreasonable? Does it make sense? We've had multiple shootings, we've had robberies, we've had other things of that nature in front of the very house that it appeared to me that you were coming from just now. So I wouldn't be doing my job or my due diligence as a police officer if I didn't check you out.
If this were a lawful traffic stop, the officers can ask whatever they like, but just about every lawyer in the United States would advise you to politely decline answering their inquiries.
Now the reason I stopped you was for a stop sign violation and a late turn signal. You have to signal beyond 100 feet of turning. You have to stop before the white stop line, and you have to seize all motion when you come to that stop. You didn't do any 3 of those things. So if you want to be argumentative and you want documentation on the reasons why I stopped you, I can go to my car and I'll gladly write you 2 tickets. So you have documentation that you can go and fight at court if you'd like.
Translated, the officer just said, if you argue with me about the reason I stopped you, I will issue a citation. But my biggest question is why Officer Young felt the need to use air quotes when referring to the reasons he stopped Andy.
But I'm asking you where you're coming from.
I'm coming from East Town.
Okay.
All right?
And
but
like I explained to you, it appeared to me as if you were coming from somewhere else.
Right, but the story about telling me that I came out of somebody's driveway, that smells like bullshit to me. Because I didn't come out of nobody's driveway. I pulled to the side so the other people can...
Oh, so maybe that makes sense?
No.
Because what did I say? I said it appeared to me as though you were coming from the driveway or in front of a house of a home that's been involved with all this stuff.
In front of the house, yes.
Whether it's in front of the house or the driveway.
No, the driveway means that I'm coming out.
You're
of the
arguing
driveway.
Semantics. It doesn't matter.
Because I'm illegal. I'm a paralegal.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so did I explain my case well enough for you?
No.
I didn't? I really didn't?
When you explained it well enough for
here's
me.
your insurance. I'll be back in a moment, okay?
Officer Young makes it seem that what really caught his eye was the idea that Andy had left a driveway or parking lot in front of a house that involved recent shootings. It is likely that the officers then followed Andy to look for a reason to pull him over. This is called a pretextual stop, which is when an officer intends to question you about a crime or desires to search your vehicle. And if they follow you long enough, they will almost certainly be able to find or make something up to give them a reason to initiate a traffic stop. In Wren v. United States, the Supreme Court held that a traffic stop is constitutional, as long as the officer has probable cause to believe that a traffic violation occurred, even if the stop was a pretext for investigating other criminal activity. However, in subsequent cases, such as Illinois v. Lidster and Atwater v. City of Lago Vista, the court recognized that pretextual stops can be abusive and undermine Fourth Amendment protections. In addition to legal concerns, pretextual stops also raise ethical issues. Using arbitrary traffic stops as a pretext for other investigations often leads to officers abusing their power and erosion of public trust. For example, in this case, when officers first observed Andy at the 400 block of Union, but then followed him for multiple turns and across a neighborhood to find an opportunity to pull him over.
When I saw y'all traveling me, I'm talking to my wife, I'm like, babe, they're gonna pull me over. Because coming from the streets, you kind of like know what's gonna happen. But if you would have said, hey, brother, listen, Andy Williams, it appeared that you was coming from this house. No, that's not what it was.
Guess how it went down though. What did you stop me for?
Right.
These are the reason why I stopped you. Oh my God, are you kidding? That's exactly what happened.
I didn't do that.
So don't sit here and tell me that, hey, if you would have came up and said, Andy, my brother, this is why I stopped you, X, Y, and Z, you'd have been like, oh, that's cool, man. Because that's not how it would have went down. Because I told you why I stopped you, and you lost your
No, I didn't lose my shit.
Yeah, you did.
Losing my shit would have been like, you. That would have been losing my shit. But I didn't lose my shit like that.
I'll be back with you.
Officer Young returns to his vehicle, and Officer Piscopo now moves from in front of Andy's vehicle to his passenger side window, propping himself up on the frame, staring at Andy. A few minutes pass, and Officer Young returns to Andy's vehicle.
I'm the wrong one. I ain't doing nothing to you. What's up?
I never said you were doing anything to me.
No, but why he gotta stare at me? Like, it's cool you pulling me over saying whatever, but he like literally staring at me.
Is this a joke?
I don't have nothing else to say.
Okay. Well, I can hear you screaming.
Because I don't feel comfortable. When I have 3 police officers coming up on me on a traffic stop, then I identify that I did not come from the house, which you're saying that it is, and then you're still staring at me because I'm agitated.
While officers have a broad authority to conduct traffic stops, they must also adhere to the Fourth Amendment's protections against unreasonable searches and seizures. In general, officers are allowed to touch your car during a traffic stop as long as they are not causing damage or unreasonable intrusion. Whether a cop can lean on or into your car depends on the specific circumstances of the stop. If the officer leans on or into your car in a way that is not necessary for the stop, you can file a complaint or pursue legal action. Additionally, if the officer's actions make you feel uncomfortable or threatened, you have the right to ask them to stop and to document the incident.
Well, let's make that clear.
Do you have the right to lean on my car?
Would you like me to stop leaning on your car?
I would like him to stop leaning on my car. That's what I would like.
Okay.
What is it that your officer can't get off leaning on my car right now? What is it? Like, what would be the purpose to do that other than to keep agitating me?
Officer Young and Piscopo continue to lean on Andy's vehicle, seemingly on purpose, because he stated that it agitates him.
Traffic stops are the most dangerous part of a police officer's job. Yes, they are.
No,
they're not? I'm a police officer. Okay?
Oh my God! Wow!
Statistics show that traffic stops are the most dangerous part of a police officer's job.
The conversation continues in circles, when suddenly, the officer's audio is removed.
You're highly aggressive, you're highly agitated, you're screaming, okay, to the point where I'm sitting in my squad car and I can hear you screaming. And you wonder why we have backup on traffic stops? Is that a serious question?
At this point, the audio from the officer's microphone is muted, and you can only hear the mic from the police cruiser.
A few minutes later.
Here's your license back. Here are your 2 citations. Like I explained to you, one's for a stop sign, one's for a late turn signal.
More audio is removed, and eventually, Officer Young issues Andy 2 citations.
You need to sign the tickets.
Okay, and if I don't?
I'll write refused. I mean,
Okay.
you're still getting issued the ticket,
No
so
problem. I would have to read the whole ticket before I sign something. I can't just sign something without reading it and go by what you're telling me. If you want to wait till I read the whole ticket, then I'll do that.
no, that's all right. I mean, you have your copies of the tickets right there.
No problem, then I'm going to read them.
Okay. You want to read these so you understand what's going on? I mean, I can explain it to you. It has all your information.
I need to read that.
Okay, go ahead, read it.
Okay. Fine.
Andy signs the tickets and the parties leave, and since then, I've been unable to find the evidence of any shootings on the 400 block of Union, and the area appears to be in the lower end of the violent crime threshold. Andy contested the citations and requested the videos, CAD, GPS reports, and more. He claims that the citations are false, and that the stop was unreasonable, as it lasted over an hour, but the CAD report and video are just shy of half an hour. Andy believes that the video was edited to be shorter, and that his argument is strengthened by the department's editing of the audio. 7 months after the incident, Andy filed a lawsuit pro se for unlawful seizure, false arrest, denial of equal protection, and a host of other violations. It's been nearly 3 years since Andy filed that lawsuit, but it cannot proceed because the 2 citations he received almost 4 years ago are still being argued in court, with his most recent appearance on March 8th of 2020, where they set a hearing for all final motions. In the federal lawsuit, a subpoena for phone records was recently issued to prove the discrepancy concerning the length of the stop, but for now, it appears this may take even longer before it's resolved. And when it is, I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady Lackluster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the LackLuster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.